Me and the boys were sitting around drinking. We was talking about things that we was thinking, when all of a sudden, what comes out of Bill's mouth? Said I'm getting old and fat and slow, and I don't recover like I did before from nights of rabble, rousing and too much fun. Well, I looked around and we all agreed, and I had a drink and I ordered 3, and I staggered back to do it all again. And we made an oath on a rum and coke with the best intention, I'm sure you know, that we would stop this living in excess. We're gonna have one more party, one more special occasion. Do it Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, holidays and weekends. We can have one more party. There's more hell we should be raising. One more party now, one more party tonight. Well, I got home about 3:15 that afternoon. She was waiting for me, all dressed to kill, and headed out the door. She said, see you later, baby, I'm going out alone. You can watch your kids, you can answer the phone, but don't wait up, cause I'm staying out all night. Well, I got real nervous and I started to shake, and I got the point she was trying to make. I begged her not to go.
Alright, so like a new guy, I forgot my tripod to film this episode, but what we're going to be doing is prepping our 24 Hours of Lemons race car. Here we have a 95 Dodge Neon. You can tell we started and then we got sidetracked. So before it was all house painted, so we were using some stripper discs to take it off, stuff you put on an angle grinder. We left it outside, and bare metal, Mother Nature equals rust. So we're right now just charging the battery right now, and we're gonna take just some 80 grit sandpaper on a nice orbital sander, and we're gonna get rid of all the paint. We're gonna go down to pretty much just the Bondo wherever we find it. And then we're hoping for today, we're gonna get it all sanded and primed. Alright, so, because it was painted with house paint, and we want to put automotive paint on, we have to get all the house paint off. So if you look, where it's shiny, that's actually just house paint. The thing is, automotive paint will not stick to that. We want the automotive paint, easier to clean, it looks a lot better, so that's what we're gonna go with. So what we started to do is just rake down with the primer, but with those discs, as you can see, it went real through to the metal. So now we're just gonna use this. We'll take all the surface roughs off. You see it's coming along. It's definitely a time-consuming job. Now what to do, if you kind of go into it with the edges, see it comes off a lot quicker, but you wear out just the edge. Trick is when you're doing it, don't push too hard. You know, put a little bit of pressure on it, but you don't want to really clog it up. You just kind of go over, try to go systematic, do a section. As you can see, it's coming along real nice. Here's kind of all I'm doing. I'll put it on this nice spot here. Try to keep it flat. And I'm just going to trick it over. Right way or wrong way. Here's how I do it. Trying to stay conservative with the pad. A little bit of pressure going forward. But still trying to use the whole pad. I'm saving the roof for last because that one's going to take the most sanding discs, because it's going to clog the crap out of this, and create the most dust. So we're going to, all the stuff that we kind of, get rid of the surface stuff. As soon as we hit Bondo, we're stopping because we're going to end up Bondoing. As you can see, we're going to pull that off, I think. Just fill it full of Bondo, give it some lines again, hope for the best. But yeah, that's how we're making out. Time warp to when we get a little more done and maybe some more people out. Okay, so what I said before, we'll just light and kind of go and it'll get off. Screw that. We just turn down the speed and just lean into it. And what we're going to do is we're pretty much going to get it down to damn near just straight to metal. We'll prime over. Instead of leaving a little bit of the body color, it's already almost off, so long way to go. The hood's coming along. Got two sanders starting in that back corner, and we'll get her so she's shiny or just that gray, or just go right to metal. See how she turns out. it, baby, work it! There, shake it. Shake, shake, shake.
You're our ticket into the YouTube Kids money.
Uh-oh. Look at that good one.
It'll look great when it's done, I swear.
Getting some primer on.
We've only spent like multiple days of our lives filming this fucking thing.
Try to keep it even. Put it on a little thick to hide some of the bumps. Glue it all, dust off. Sugar light. We got rid of trying to get rid of all the paint because it was so thick, so we just kind of scuffed a lot of it. We can see how well it holds. Go from there. Sure. A lot of people think that it's not going to stick, and they're probably right. If this is hurting your feelings because we're doing this so wrong, please let me know, because I'd like a good laugh, because I know what I'm personally thinking. But hell with it. It's like a race car. Just coming along, all painted, slow and steady, nice, thick enough to cover all the imperfections. Well, lots of the imperfections, some of them. See where the Bondo was a lot more clear now, though. Oh yeah. That's going to get cut out to make a scoop.
Next year you can do it again better.
Every year it'll get better.
That's right. The hard part is to get rid of the house paint.
Goddamn house paint. Alright, so what we're doing now is we're literally just sanding the primer. We don't want to sand it right down, just kind of smooth everything out, scuff it up so that the actual paint will hold. Just enough to make dust, not too hard, not to get through. Careful on the corners, but you can see the difference of sanded and then not, right? Not smooth, just how it kind of came out of the can.
so ready to be a YouTube sensation.
Right? I always need people to goddamn subscribe.
Please subscribe. We have kids to feed.
Yeah. I don't want to work for a living anymore. I want to be a YouTuber. And as we tirelessly watch, so we sanded it all down. Use your whole hand, not just a couple fingers when you put the pad across it. Down till it's smooth. Just get the dust off. Now, we're just kind of rinsing off all the dust, then we'll blow it off. As soon as everything's dry and it's not so goddamn hot, because right now it's so hot, we don't even know how well the paint sizing is set up too fast or run, so we'll see what the hell happens. But here's where we are right now. Looking not too bad. I'm not gonna lie, I don't feel like getting up. Trust me, it's gray. You can still tell the car's dimpled worse than a golf ball. But, you know, it's gonna look good crimson red, I tell you what. Make sure to blow all the water off. Thing to know too, because it's primer actually holds a bit of the water, so make sure it's good and dry. Let it sit for a bit before you start putting the real paint on. Otherwise you're just gonna have a bad day. That's why we got Mel doing it. He's meticulous and he actually knows what the hell he's doing. He's a lot better than me and that clown right there. Whole fluffy head. So the fun bit about painting, cover up wherever you don't want to turn color, but you need to cover everything. So those little holes, if you don't plug that from the back side, like what I did there, the paint will spray inside and all of that will be our new color, which you don't want to do for all those kind of things. Fun and games.
Oh, to spend 5 seconds.
You see how easy it is? It's way easier.
Just remember, when you make those big YouTube dollars, I'll expect royalties.
Well, don't hold your breath. People Google Mopar Nation and this pops up. I tell you, my wife isn't the only one that's going to be disappointed.
There's a reason why we picked a race that involves less than $500 being dumped into the car.
So what we're going to do, you almost want to just kind of fold it in half so you have like, you stick it across
like a
here.
strip?
Yeah, and then so that way you can put the paper on top of it.
Do you want to, as much as I appreciate you filming, dear, would you like to...
So you got to kind of work around. Now it doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to be functional. So put the corner down.
You want to rip it off?
No.
Please?
Jesus Christ almighty.
Just
Just remember, this much effort goes into making it look shitty. Imagine how much effort goes into making it look really good.
Oh, fuck, no shit, right? How does Brett do this? Oh, right, the
He
paycheck.
doesn't.
The paycheck helps.
Oh, that he doesn't anymore.
Yeah.
damn you a big stick.
Well, we were doing so good in the first half.
All taped off, ready to go. Just remember, see right there, whatever I don't want to get painted gets taped up. But you got to be meticulous little things because it's to piss you off if you had like a strip of that paint on the hood and it's not painted right. Like right in there, we just want to make sure It just looks dumb, and if you have OCD, it'll drive you nuts.
You know what pisses me off, huh?
What pisses you off?
Whenever yours don't smash like and subscribe.
Very true. People are very rude. Need that ad money. Alright, so when you're painting, keep the instructions. Tell you the mixture, temperatures. It is currently like 82 degrees Fahrenheit because, and for once, no wind. Couple things to note. So when we're painting here with that door open, and the wind is blowing this way. Although there's not much, you can already see it. You can't really tell on the camera, but there's a bit of a haze. We want it to go the way away because we've got a sweet Jaguar XJS back there, V12, that we don't want to mess up. But back to my original point, follow the instructions, keep them. What we decided to do is we're just mixing 1 liter at a time in there, and then putting it into the gun. We're going to use a little less hardener just because. And when you are painting, we're not getting too close because that's all the protective equipment we have. I am wearing a mask, but not quite what he has. You just make a long sweep. You almost like, if here's the car, you start here, sweep before it, on, and past. Kind of tell for the speed. You want enough to cover. The first one, the actual coat, we'll kind of have a look after it's dried and we can get closer to it. You can see we almost want it to be a little, like you'll be able to see through. You don't want to go too heavy because you don't want it to run down. It's going to be the other problem with it being the hot. Yeah. Yeah, gnarly shit. If you're going to spray with actual automotive paint, don't be dumb. This is the one time like we'll actually follow all safety guidelines. Yeah, notice the other thing we did, we kept the floor kind of wet. Yeah, humidity goes up a bit, but we want to keep the dust down. So even walking around, that dust is going to kick up and you're going to see everything in the paint. So just back and forth, not too slow, not too fast. You go too slow, you can put it on too heavy. You put too light, you're just going to dust it and you're going to end up taking a lot longer and using a lot of paint and just paint the atmosphere more than your car. So that's all we're doing for now. Like I said, I can't get close because I don't have the right stuff, but after we're done and everything dust is settled and we can get close to look at it, we'll show you how it looks when it starts to set up, when we can start getting rid of the second coat. So it's the opposite of early. Getting the second coat on. We think we're going to get over to getting 2 coats, at least for time frame that we're kind of looking at. Bugs are eating us alive, but she looks not too bad. You get close, yeah, you can tell that it's a 95 race car that's been raced, or 95 Dodge Neon that's been raced for a few years, but all in all, she's looking pretty good. Got Trey up there holding the light. Good old bug. So we went pretty much dried pretty good. Maybe a little tacky, but now we can put it on a little thicker. Not too much worry of it running. Not too bad. Now that is why you don't touch it while you're sanding and priming. It leaves the oils on your skin, shows up in the paint. Not saying this is the right way to do it, just saying this is how we did it. You're also going to notice the pattern that he did. So the reason why he's doing the roof and then he's going to do the hood, it's just to avoid overspray, so we get that whole thing done so that you're not going to do half and go back. Because if you're to do half the car and come back to that top again, see all that overspray? That's going to be noticeable whenever you, if you're to let it dry and then go ahead and go and paint the other side, it's all going to go overspray and it's just going to look like garbage. So Kind of see it starts a little bit beyond, like a little bit before, a little bit after. Not so thick that it's running, not so light that it's just kind of spackling. Good pressures, follow the instructions, and then just adjust as you go. You want a good fan. Just enough so you get it heavy enough and it'll all kind of flatten out, not too heavy so it'll run. So here's the finished product. Standard back looks pretty damn good. If we want to get closer where the light kind of goes. Well, that leopard print we have, yeah, don't worry about that little guy. But we took all the tape stuff off right away, because if you wait till it dries on, then when you pull that tape off, it'll actually pull some of the paint off with it. So make sure you get that off right away. All in all, big things to note. You noticed when he was going, it wasn't really large, long stretches, right? You don't want to go too big. But as far as, you know, a race car that's going to get the hell smashed out of it for at least 16 hours, looks not too bad. We'll do a next video of, well, I'm not changing the windshield, but we'll see how it works. We might even see if we want to do a shakedown race. See how everything looks. There's the wing back there. But yeah, not too shy if I do say so for myself, for just doing it in our shop.